Hey guys, how you doing today? Well, I am having an issue. This is my Philodendron Subincisum. Subincisum? I'll put the name on the screen. This is a cutting that I got in, let's see here, 7/20. So that would be, I got it in July. It was a cutting, and what had happened was, well, first of all, it was in major heat for like 2 weeks, and it came in pretty rough condition, and the lady that I bought it off of, I don't know if you guys are, how well you're going to be able to see this, but okay, right here was the first node, and then she had it cut about right here. She gave a very poor cutting of a plant, in my opinion, because you should leave, at least when you do a cutting, from the node area down at least an inch, because a lot of times you have rot. Well, that is exactly what happened with this. If you can see, it started, I had it in spag, and it started to rot. I took it out, I dug all the rotten out, and then I put cinnamon in it to dry it out and hopefully stop the rot, which is what happened. It stopped. Well then, luckily enough, there is a second node right here, and I've had it in this jar just sitting in the spag with a stick down in it, holding it above the sphagnum so that it wasn't rotting any further down here. Well, it started to grow this root. So now what I want to do, I'm getting really nervous because the leaf is really wilty, and it's got a hole in it because I accidentally ran my nail through the leaf. Oh, of course, because I do that a lot. But what's worrying me is the stem is getting really soft, the leaf is getting soft. So I've been thinking about this for about a week of what I want to do. I'm afraid to put it back in spag. I definitely don't want to put it in water. I've checked out propagating in perlite, which I know nothing about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay her down gently. I don't want to break that root. I'm going to get rid of this jar. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do here. Okay, I got another big jar. I wanted something that I could stick my hand down into, because the jar she was in, it was wide and then went narrow. But I need to be able to stick my hand down in here in order to do what I'm going to do. Now I've lined my jar with lava rock, and then I have more lava rock over here that I'm going to put down into the jar. I'm just using the bigger pieces right now. So I'm going to put those down in here. And the lava rock works a lot in the same way that the leca does. And I've got a few river rocks, so I'm going to put those down in there too. So what I want to do is, I want to stick this down in here, and I'm going to get my stake down in here. There we go. And then I'm going to get her placed about where I want her on the bottom. Oh, I forgot something. I want to put some rooting hormone on here. So I am just going to lay her down. Can you guys still see that? Yes. So what I'm going to do is, got my rooting hormone and I've got a little cotton Q-tip. Now I'm going to spray this. I'm going to spray that node and that root. And then I am going to put the rooting hormone on right around this node and that root. And then I'm also going to put some down here where there's very little node where it rotted. There's only like a half a node. I'm going to put some down there. And that should be hopefully good enough. We will see, I guess. And then, okay, now I want to put her back down. I'm going to get my, I've got her velcroed on to the stick. Oh, good landing spot right there on the rock. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully, which is why I wanted my hand to fit down in the jar. Let me move my tripod down. Okay, great. I think that you guys should be able to see a lot better what I'm doing. I'll move this closer. But if you can see, right here is my root. So I want to carefully put in some of these smaller pieces. I'm just going to drop them down in here on this side. Staying away from that root that I've worked for months at trying to grow, which is why I wanted to be able to get my hand down here. I'm just using my smaller pieces of leca right now. I mean lava, oops, of the lava rock. There we go. And by the way, she's also been in my grow tent. I don't know if I said that before. And the grow tent, plus being in the jar, I think is what helped grow that root out. So now I'm just going to carefully drop the smaller pieces of the leca down here around that root. The lava rock and the leca holds a little bit of moisture but I didn't really have a whole lot of leca beads. That's why I'm using some of the smaller lava rocks around her, because a lot of my leca is in with my orchids. So now what I want to do is I got my leca, and there's some lava rock in here also. I want to drop the leca. This is my leca beads. I want to drop that carefully around that, some more lava rock. I'm just dropping that in because I prefer my leca to be around the node as much as possible. So there, my node. Is covered. I moved her up just a little bit. And these were all washed. The leca and the lava rock were all, I ran them under really hot water, and then I let them sit for a little while. Put my tag back in here, over here. And then I spray a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on them. So now what I want to do, since I got my node covered and it's secure, I want to fill up, and I'm going to stay away from that rooting hormone, but I just want to fill up my jar and put it, because the end of my node is probably sitting right about here, the very end piece, because the moisture, the leca and the lava rock will wick up the moisture. So I don't, you know, I'm not going to put my water all the way up to here. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let that sit a minute and see. These were already wet, but they weren't soaked. So I'm just going to put a little bit more in there and there. I think that I'm comfortable with that height of the water. So I'm hoping what will happen over the next several weeks, I'm assuming, maybe not so long, since I got the rooting hormone on it now and it's going to go back into the tent in a warm, humid environment. The roots will start popping out, if I'm lucky. And then after, with this plant, since I've had so much issues with it, I would probably feel good letting the roots get about 1 inch or 2 long, and then getting her out of here and getting her probably into a peat mixture with some perlite, kind of keeping it a heavier soil so that she can, her roots aren't adjusting so sporadically from leca over to you know, regular potting soil. So I'm hoping this saves her, because I really, really want this plant. This was bought as a cutting. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, but that's really, you know, not the total issue. The issue is that I really, really want this plant. And I'm hoping with the leca, I grow a lot of my orchids this way, and I have a lot of really good luck with using the lava rock and the leca, so I'm hoping this will help. And we will check on her probably in a couple of weeks. If I see anything, I will keep you guys updated. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be the answer for me, I hope. So, alright guys, I am going to let you go. I will talk to you later, and you guys have a good day. Bye. Peace.